still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with a create a sim video, and as always you can find links to all of the CC that I'm using in the description down below. Of course, the sim is also available on the gallery. You can either use hashtag TheSimPanions to find her, or my gallery ID is also TheSimPanions. It's always in the description down below if you're looking for it. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. I hope you are all doing well. It took me honestly so long to create this sim. There's usually like certain time frames that I take to do certain tasks for these videos, and like creating a sim generally is around an hour. Sometimes it's a little bit faster, but mostly it's like an hour or an hour and 10 minutes. It can be faster when I create a male sim, just because I think I don't have as much choice when I go through all of the CC. I have way less for males than females, so I think I'm just faster because I have less to choose from. And for my females, there's just so much, it's kind of overwhelming, and I kind of do know where everything is in my CC list, which is interesting because there's so many items, but do tend to know where things that I'm looking for are, apart from, oh my god, this bugs me so much, and I wish there was like a better way of doing it, but whenever you download like a hair or a top that has an accessory that goes with it, like maybe it changes the hair tie color, or there's an ombre, or I don't know, sometimes for clothes you can change like certain parts of it with an accessory, like certain colors of maybe the shirt underneath, you know, stuff like that, and I always find it so hard to find that in my accessory section. My god, that frustrates me so much every single time I have to look for it, and I usually edit that out because you don't want to see me go through like hats and jewelry for 10 minutes straight trying to find the right accessory for the hair that I'm using, but that is like a whole nother topic. It took me like 2 hours, that's what we're getting at, 2 whole hours to create this freaking sim, and I don't really know why. I had to edit so many different parts out that I just took so long. Like, I was looking for skin details for a really long time, I was looking for hairstyles for a really long time, then I think the everyday look also just took forever. I don't know what was going on with me. I was definitely super tired when I recorded this on Monday because I had just been out for a very long walk and it was kind of cold. It's so weird because I swear 2 weeks ago we still had really warm temperatures. Like at the beginning of October it was still kind of like summer temperature wise, and then all of a sudden I went out on Monday for a walk and it was 5 degrees Celsius, which is so cold, and it was so sudden that it changed. It was like literally from one day to the next that it changed, and before that I think the coldest was around like 18, maybe 15, but my god, it's such a shock to my system. And I got home and I was just exhausted. I went for a walk with my mom, and we also did like a bunch of different things, like a bunch of different errands that we ran, and that tends to make me so tired. It's very interesting because if I just go for a walk in like a quiet part of the city where I live in, I'm way better. Like, it's not the actual physical exercise or the fresh air that makes me super tired. I think it's like busy roads and places with a lot of people, because we just went to this like shopping center to do a bunch of things. Like, my mom needed a new planner for her year. She always gets like really cute planners, which I wish I was that person, but I'm just not as organized. Planners for me just do not exist. Okay, like if I have very important appointments, I put them in my phone. Most likely will forget about them anyways because that's just who I am. But I usually just put them in my phone, and then stuff for YouTube videos I'll put into a different notebook, and then personal stuff I'll usually write on like a little list. I also use like the to-do function, like a little app for it on Windows that you can use. I use that for like daily things. It doesn't work out at all, but that's my system that I got. But I feel like if I would have it all in one little notebook or planner, it would just be too overwhelming. There'd be too many things in one place that my brain would just look at it and be like, oh my god, I have so many things to do. And I know for a fact that I needed that at school, obviously, when you have to write down what homework you had to do and stuff like that. But nowadays, I don't know. I don't really use it. But I also don't really have a lot of appointments. Like, the max thing I do is go to the doctors or like see friends, and I don't see friends like twice a day, so I can remember those things. I'm not that old yet. I don't need to write that down usually. So there's that. And then we went to, what else did we do? I went to the drugstore, finally got a new brush because, oh my God, last time I went, I got a brush that is like made out of wood, and I was like, that's so cute. And then I totally forgot that I get my brush wet a lot because I have curls. So I mainly brush my curls before I shower, and then afterwards I comb through them again, and it always gets wet, and then the wood would kind of like split and the brush part of it came out and I couldn't get it back in, and it kept falling out, and I finally got a new brush. Like, oh my God, I can't be the only person that happens to. Also, I literally used the brush once today, and this might be TMI, but I always get really gross sticky stuff because obviously I use a lot of hair products for my curls. So when I brush them before the shower, because your hair is more sensitive when it's wet, like you can split it more and break the hairs apart more when they're wet. So I try to brush mostly when they're dry, and then afterwards I like brush through them with a little comb that I have. But I do need like a heavy duty brush for my hair. Like curls, so crazy after not washing them for 2 or 3 days. They're just a mess. So whenever I brush my hair, I get like a lot of my hair products in it, and it's so gross. And I don't really have a good way yet of cleaning it out. So I literally used the brush once today and it already happened. And I was like, great. Already ruined my new brush. Amazing. I used to only brush my hair when it was wet because it used to be like, it's way easier obviously when it's wet. But I don't know, I don't do that anymore. Maybe that's easier then because all the hair product has kind of been washed out already. I don't know. If you have curls, let me know what you do. How do you clean your brushes? Or am I the only person this happens to? Can't be, because like obviously I put like not just moisturizer but also some like gel in them so they hold their shape better. And I don't know. I actually saw this brush the other day, which was so interesting, that someone used with curls, and she brushed through them and all of the curls got so well defined, and I was literally just shocked by it. I was like, I need this brush, it looks so good. But yeah, that's me. Sometimes I get fascinated by these things, and then I wonder, do they actually work? Because I feel like a lot of times when you see something like a little hack or I don't know online, they don't actually work out when you try them. Like I've tried so many things with my curls where online people were like, oh my God, this is the best thing you can do, and then I do it and I'm like, that doesn't work at all, like at all. The worst thing was when people wrapped like t-shirts around their curls at night when they're wet and then put them up in a certain way, and then you woke up and my curls always just looked crazy and they were kind of broken up, kind of crooked, like it was just not a good look. Don't know how anyone could pull that off and do it and it make it look good, but it never worked for me. So that was a fail. I don't really tend to stick to anything. I mean, the only thing I did was like a few years ago, people would like cut the inside of their jeans open to pull an elastic through so you could tie them from inside, which that was like a perfect hack for me because I have much wider hips than I do my waist, and pants never fit me. Like whenever I put on jeans, if they go over my hips, they're just way too big around my waist, and with belts it just looks stupid because there's so much extra fabric. But it kind of looks a lot better when you do it from the inside because it scrunches up in like a bunch of different places to become tighter. So that's that. We're talking about so many random things today. And then on Monday, I was going to say I also went food shopping, which it was so funny because sometimes when I go food shopping and my mom is there, she would just pay for my stuff. And I always think it's so nice. And it was really cute because this time she was like, I got you. And I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. And I just got a bunch of different things. I am leaving to see my boyfriend for 2 weeks in about a week. Yeah, it is a week today. And I still have so many things to do and videos to record. It's gonna be a mess because I also decided, this happens every single time I need to pre-record, I decided to show you like all of my tops that I have in game for the female Sims, which there were like probably around 1,000 before I started going through them and like throwing stuff out that I didn't need, which already took forever. And I'm gonna split it up in 2 parts because there's still around 500, maybe like 400 something, 500 something items. So we're going to split it up in 2 parts. Otherwise, we're going to be here for an hour. But the first part is going to be uploaded next week. So not this Friday, but next week. And I'm very excited for that. But I always pick these things to pre-record. There's like a bunch of things I could do that would be faster. But I'm like, no. Let me pick the thing that literally takes the longest to record. And then also my roommate has told me this morning that someone's staying over tonight, and he tells me these things like way too late, and then I get so stressed out. And I also need to record like a bunch of voiceovers, obviously, which I'm not gonna do if someone is here. I'm not crazy, okay? Like, it already freaks me out if my roommate is here and I close the door. I'm like, I don't want to talk, this is so awkward. I don't know how other people do it, like if you need to talk for work and someone else is there. I find it incredibly awkward. I mean, I feel like this is different than talking on the phone, because then at least someone's talking back at you and I'm just talking into the void, but that's that. Also, I didn't say, but my favorite outfits of today were definitely the party wear and the cold weather wear. I thought those two were just absolutely adorable. So let me know which your favorite outfits were. And yeah, this video is coming to an end real soon here. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!